no one should ask you to keep a secret. Safe adults do not ask children to keep secrets. I don't care if your teacher taught you the ABCs and said don't tell your mom, you tell your mom. Number two, no one should ask you to label yourself. You don't need pronouns, you don't need a new gender identity, you don't need to affiliate with a political party at 7 years old, you are just you. You are unique, and all of the things that make you up are perfect and unchangeable. And number three, teach your kids early and often that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. God doesn't make mistakes. I didn't realize this was necessary. I mean, we told our daughter, you're beautiful, you're smart, you can be anything you want to be. I never said, you are a biological female and you can't change that. I now understand that that is absolutely necessary to have those conversations with our children. And then number four, trust your gut. This goes for parents as well as our children. In our situation, we were sold a lie. Do you want a living son or a dead daughter? When she was prescribed psychotropic drugs without our knowledge, they said, do you want your child to be on these drugs and live, or do you want her to kill herself? And we trusted our gut. We never affirmed that transgender identity. We never went along with the bullying that was happening to us. And our daughter has now come forward and said that if we had affirmed the trans identity, she doesn't believe that she would be alive today because the confusion was so overwhelming. So trust your gut and teach your kids to trust their gut. Empower them to have the authority to remove themselves from uncomfortable situations. So my call to action, firstly, just talk about this issue. Gender ideology is polarizing, it's controversial, but it shouldn't be. I do get canceled quite a bit. I've had death threats. I have Antifa at my house. They show up when I speak at school board meetings, but I would do it all over again. I even got canceled at a Lincoln Day dinner in Colorado for being too controversial of a topic. We have got to change that narrative. I personally maintain, and this is my personal opinion based on years of research in the public schools, that the safest thing you can do for your kids is not put them in public schools to begin with, especially if you know and take a more active role in education. That looks differently for everyone. Maybe you start to perform these public record requests. Maybe you volunteer in the classroom, join the PTA, the district advisory board, show up at board meetings. Make public comment. You do not have to have children in the public school district to show up and make public comment. Your tax dollars fund that school district. You have just as much right as the parents do to express what is and is not working in your district. Pay attention to school board elections, state board of education elections, and state law. I caution everyone in every state to watch Washington 5599 and California 665, which is state-sanctioned kidnapping. I do believe that it's coming to Colorado next, and it will try to creep over the border. And again, expose incidents when you see and hear them. Be the voice of teachers. In my district, I have talked to so many teachers who are scared, they feel voiceless, they don't feel like they can speak up for what they know is right. And so we offer, a coalition of parents and I offer to read speeches on their behalf at public comment. Be these people's voice. So as for me, I will continue to support and be the voice for thousands of families who are going through this across the country. They're more common than any of us realize. My family story is the norm. But most of these families are still going through the throes of gender confusion, and it involves their young kids. And it's a polarizing topic, so they're afraid to talk about it. But I'm already here in the crosshairs, so I will continue to be their voice. Again, I filed a federal lawsuit. I'm fighting back with lawfare. I have several documentaries in the works, one called Dysphoria by Fearless Features that will be out at the beginning of next year, and my own film called Art Club that Colorado Senator Kevin Lundberg and I worked on together. It's entirely about our family story and features really brave experts like Mike Ferris from Alliance Defending Freedom, Dave Barton, the president of the American College of Pediatricians. That film is called Art Club, and you can actually see the trailer at artclubmovie.com. You can follow me at Erin for Parental Rights and stopgenderideology.com. I created this website to be a resource for families, not just families who are going through rapid onset gender confusion, but families who want to inoculate their kids from this ideology. The reality is that it's permeated every area of our culture and society. Wyoming is not immune to the transgender confusion agenda. I mean, Paw Patrol just added a non-binary characters for 2 to 5 year olds, so my kids don't watch Nickelodeon anymore. I'll end with this. If you've learned nothing else from me tonight, I hope you will just inform others. I think the most impactful thing that any of us can do is talk within our own spheres of influence. We just don't know what we don't know. So we've got to speak out and inform others. So I encourage you to share our story. Again, you can find it at stopgenderideology.com. And I thank you so much for having me here in the free state of Wyoming. Again, I identify as from South Wyoming. Let's keep it free.